Hello, welcome everybody to today's video log. My name is Adam, and in today's video we are going to talk about what we're doing today, and then we're going to go through and read my book, my first book in the series of adventure game books. It's the first one that sort of like sets the whole scene going, and we're going to see if we can complete it today. It's available on Amazon straight away. In fact, I might even put a link in the description once this is ended to say, to where you can go buy it. And it all is going to lead up to us going and reading through this book, which is the latest release of mine, much thicker, called Lords and Kings: The Blood Wars. So there are some of them are kind of connected. So what are we doing today? Well, today is a bit of a day because I've got to wait in. I worked out that it could be most likely my phone is the reason why I can't live stream using my mobile, because it's an iPhone 6s. It's very old, and there's been a firmware update to iOS 13. I'm not sure if my phone has actually updated to iOS 13 or not, but the YouTube app doesn't really work with this phone anymore for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know. It might just even be because I have a few videos that are waiting to premiere on my channel in the future, and it's glitching with the ability to go live. But I can go live because I'm live now. In fact, we can check to see if I'm live. We head over to my channel on YouTube and see if we're live. So first off, we need to bring up the old one because this new way of doing it just don't sit with me. We might even have to swap the channel. Oh, we can't swap the channel. What am I saying? Well, it doesn't show that I'm live. I can't actually turn my phone on to confirm either. I have to have my phone off because, to be honest, I'm waiting for a new phone to arrive. It should be arriving any moment now. In fact, I saw FedEx van go by. It could even arrive whilst we're doing the stream. So I have to have this switched off until 6 p.m. tonight. So I can't really check it on there, so I'm just going to assume everything's going okay with the stream. If not, then we'll have to do it again at a later date. So today, I was actually going to do a flight that I have been meaning to do for a while, from Miami to Dallas Fort Worth, and I do need to do that in the future. But I kind of realized that my flight school launches at the end of this month, and there's a few more videos I need to put together for it. So today I'm going to be editing all day. So that's basic. Well, not all day. Editing until 2 o'clock. Because at 2 o'clock I need to leave to go to the cinema because it's the Wizard of Oz main event. So I need to go to work. So without further ado, let's hit the book, The Last Evil. Incidentally, I don't know if this is going out live, to be honest, but we'll read the book anyway. Okay, so basically what the book is an adventure story. You play as yourself, okay? And you are you're on Earth at the end of the day. Now there is a system that you can, using dice and pencils, and you basically create a character's strength, ability, health, and luck, and then there is a battle system that you can actually have. But we're not actually going to use that today. We're just going to say that we win every battle that we come across, and that we're always lucky, just for the sake of it. It does also go through a few equipments that you have. It says you will start your adventure with a bare minimum of equipment, but you may find or buy other items during your travels. You have a backpack to hold your provisions and many other items that you may come across. Your backpack is only big enough to hold 3 items at a time. So you kind of have to choose. And then there's a background story, and then it gets straight into the actual story. So I'm going to read the background, and so you'll understand what the story is and who you play, and then we'll launch into the story. So it's set on Earth. It says Earth, sometime in the near future. Most of the ice caps have melted, which has covered the planet with more water, killing thousands over the past few years. Cities are buried under the waters, and most people have adapted to living in boats across the globe. Many millions still live on land in higher climates. Territories are struggling to keep up with the global events. Times are tense, and the threat for nuclear war is immediate. All it takes is one trigger happy ruler to launch the end of the world. Across the land, resources are running low. Crops are harder to grow, and animals are dying off. Extinctions happen all year round, which has had an effect on food supplies. Food becomes more expensive at first, and then becomes scarce. Recently, towns and cities have a shrunken size, and many families only consist of one child. Money is stretched, and people have just simply lived to do without the luxuries of yesteryear. You are an only child from a small town just outside a military station out in the desert. Your parents both work for the military. Your dad, a supervisor who works deep in the mountain where the base has been built, works in top secret on projects in case of war. Your mom works as a secretary for the general in charge of missile launching. Many days you spend swimming in the family pool and running around the family estate. Sadly, there are no neighbors on your road, and surrounded by desert you are. It's hundreds of miles until the nearest town. Every Tuesday in the summer, your mother would take you to the nearest cinema in the next town for the day. You would look forward to Tuesdays just as much as Thursdays, when you would be taken to the mountain to meet your dad after school. You enjoy going to see Dad, going through the security gates and heading into the mountain. You know most of the staff on the gate, and they are always happy to see you. You could feel the temperature begin to decrease within the mountain as you would descend in the elevator. Heading down to the admin levels, the temperature would begin to raise again around level 15. Your dad's office sits on level 24, which takes about 30 minutes in the elevator. The lowest you have ever been to is level 28, and one time when your dad took you down to the research and development level. The whole room was massive, a big warehouse big enough to fit a plane in. People walking around in white coats and performing experiments with various devices. You remember your day because your dad told you never to go to level 13 on your own. In fact, you were very rarely allowed to walk around on your own in the house. Today is Wednesday, and tomorrow you are looking forward to showing your dad your new slingshot you made yesterday. You were really happy about it because you read about it on how to create it in a book and found the materials yourself, then spent the whole day making it. You have tested it out on soda cans and it works a treat. You know your dad will love it. Usually, you get to build something with your dad on the days he is not at work, but these days it's been less and less. You put your slingshot under your pillow and you get your pajamas on. The sun has set about an hour ago and outside there is no wind. Stars can be seen from your bedroom's window. The temperature on the barometer reads around 105 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a bit chilly tonight. You look up to the stars and watch them wondering what they are and how they got there. Suddenly your bedroom door opens and your mom walks in. She has blonde long hair and wears corded skirts with colourful silk tops. Time for bed now, little one. You try and get some extra time from mother, but she isn't having any of it. Come on now. Even a 12-year-old must get rest. You are seeing your dad tomorrow. Did you finish your slingshot? You tell her you did and thank her for the rubber band. You climb into the bed as your mom pulls back the covers for you. Good night, love, she says as she kisses your forehead. She heads out of the room and turns out your nightlight, leaving the door slightly ajar. You feel safe with your mom. You know she loves you and it comforts you to know she's there. You turn your head to the window and can just about see the sky from where you lay. Closing your eyes, you begin to drift off, thinking about tomorrow. It's Thursday, okay? You and your mom are driving towards the test facility where your dad works to meet him at the office. It's a hot day and the radio is playing some local music you don't recognize. You're looking out at the countryside, the dry desert, and all you can see is sand and dry bushes as far as the eye can see. Straight ahead the road seems to go on forever as the car heads to the horizon. How did school go today? You tell your mom school was just okay, and you learn about chemicals such as acid and what happens when different materials come into contact with it. Well, I know Pa has been looking forward to seeing you today. He has something exciting to show you today, just like you have him. You pick up your bag by your feet and double check that the slingshot is still in there. Whew, it is. You're lucky you didn't lose it today. Looking out, you see the mountains off to the right and know somewhere in there is Dad waiting for you. Suddenly on the radio, the song is interrupted by an announcer, and he talks in a hurried, panicky way. Breaking news, precisely at 2 p.m. today, missiles were launched. Suddenly your mom's phone rings in her bag. Can you get that for me, please? You reach into your mom's bag and pull out the phone, and it's Dad calling from work. Answer it, please, and find out what he wants. You answer the phone. Hello? Oh, sorry, it's your dad, sorry. Hello? His voice is also rushed and worried. Hurry up and get here. It started. They're coming. Tell your mom to drive faster, sport. You have about 30 minutes. You can't hear what the announcer on the radio is saying now. Both he and your dad are talking way too fast to understand what's being said. And the car suddenly jolts faster forward. Your mom looks out ahead, concentrating and gripping the steering wheel hard. You drop the phone on the floor and it falls behind your leg. You try to retrieve it, but cannot find it. Don't worry about that, we're almost there, your mother shouts. And she turns the wheel hard and the car skids around the right as you head down the dirt road to the mountain entrance. You are getting scared now, and at the same time kind of enjoying the high speed the car is going at. You certainly do not like the look on your mom's face. She is scared, and it's the first time you've seen her scared. Your mom is breathing hard, and you can see her beginning to sweat. You have never seen her sweat before, or panic for that matter. You know something big is happening as your mom turns the radio off and begins talking loud to you. Listen to me carefully, please. When we get there, we have to head straight down to bottom at level 30. We won't have time to go around the gates or even check in. Do you understand? Do not leave my side, and as soon as we stop the car, I want you to run straight for the elevator. Don't look back and wait for me. The first door has a code, number 27. Get in and push the black button straight away if you get in first, okay? Suddenly, your mom screams as the steering wheel spins around in her hand and the car starts to screech in a circle. And as the car spins around, you can see a red sky behind the car and in the distance, mushroom clouds on the horizon. The car then begins rolling on its side and suddenly turns unexpectedly upside down as it rolls over and over. Your head begins banging against the seat and you can see the red sky rolling around outside as if you were in a washing machine. The car rolls to a stop and you can just about see out the window. The glass is shattered and you have a couple of small cuts on your arms and you turn to your mom, but she isn't there. Now it says, please turn over to section 1. And then what would happen is there is a bit more to read and then you would get a decision at the end of this to what you want to do next. Now, I'm going to read the rest of this tomorrow. Okay, so that's the introduction basically to this. Now, if you do want to check this out now, head over to Amazon. Just type my name in, Adam J. Pestridge. They're only $4.99. Go buy them. They're pretty cool. They're really easy, but the best thing about them, right, is that it teaches children to first off make their own decisions in life, but also teaching them the responsibility of that decision they've made. It teaches them to problem solve, and it teaches them numeracy. So it gives them real good life lessons for future use. So we're going to read the rest of it tomorrow, but I want to thank you for watching today. I'm now going to go back to my editing. I've got some videos to edit. Microsoft have announced and have showcased a lot of their footage for their Flight Simulator, and they also did a little history of, which actually did not include one of their flight simulators, which is a bit weird. So I'm going to do a complete history of flight simulation for my channel, and that will be coming out in the next few days. Also, this Thursday, or Friday, sorry, there is the News Dispatcher show as well. And until then, guys, I'll say take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.